Hey guys, it's Dawn Gray, and I am so excited to share with you my thoughts about the first episode of Season 2 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But before I really get into that, I have to say thank you. Thank you, because it's been about a year since I released my very first review ever of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And in that time, I have gone up to like over 60 subscribers, not to mention that my videos have received over 50,000 video views. Like, what? To be fair, because I don't know, maybe some of you are thinking it, quite a few of those views were probably people looking for the episode, not for yet another review. Still though, like, I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to be like, look at me, and I'm an awesome reviewer, because I know I've got tons of room to improve. That's why I say thank you. Thank you so much. Like, you guys are the reason why I keep making reviews, late as they may be, but I try to make them all worth your while by giving you guys some deep thoughts, not to mention a little bit of discussion with the questions of the day. So, well, it seems you guys like it, so I am so humbled and just so grateful. Here's to another 2 seasons, and here's to hopefully even more than 1 year of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And thank you again. Let's get to the review, shall we? Now, I was actually really surprised by how intense this episode was. I never expect like a lot from the season premieres, because, you know, you're setting up some foundation and probably like throw a bit of drama in there to give us all a taste for the next season. But whoa, like this episode, I'm like, whoa, writers, you're not holding back at all. Like, they're happy as ever, but it all comes crashing and burning when Kirby gets mutated. April now hates their guts, and the Shredder's, not that they know it, but the Shredder's up to something. Like, whoa, like, wow, as I said, the writers are not holding back at all. So I'm actually really excited to see how the next season is going to turn out. Now, getting into the characters, I'm getting the Turtles overall, because they haven't changed all that much since we last saw them. Big surprise, not. What did happen was that they were cocky again. Seriously? And I guess to be fair, you know what? They're teenagers. They're growing. There are some lessons they're gonna have to keep learning over and over again. And this seems to be one of them, and that actually kind of annoys me, because you'd think at some point they would learn, oh wait, maybe we shouldn't get too cocky because bad things always happen when we get cocky. But I don't know, maybe, like, as I said, this is just one of the lessons they're gonna have to learn over and over and over again. So basically, this is so not gonna be the last time we see them getting cocky, overconfident. Oh boy. Moving on to Splinter. Now, same deal with Splinter. He hasn't exactly changed a whole bunch since the end of the last season. And it's also been very clear that he hasn't told the Turtles about Miwa yet. And I kind of thought he might in this episode. Kind of like, they were all like, yeah, we've got skills, you know, and then just kind of bring them back down to earth, say something like, you may have the skills, but this isn't over, because Splinter actually kidnapped Miwa when she was a baby, so we still have so much to worry about. You know, something along those lines. Or if not going maybe that drastic, to at least be like, not just party's over. I expected, okay, we're going into the dojo right now, we're gonna do some intense training. So, I don't know, maybe this is part of, I guess, a softer, and maybe kinder Splinter, in that he's no longer just their sensei, he's also their father. Maybe that's like part of the whole package. So, I guess I really shouldn't complain about that. Yeah, I probably should not complain about Splinter being nicer to the Turtles. Kirby. I almost cannot handle the fact that he's been mutated. Like, Vinca LaFay was, yeah, the first to ever tell me that Kirby would end up being mutated. But we were both kind of like, oh, it won't happen until like mid-season when things get really dark. No, no. This happens in the very first episode. And I'm just like, what? Why? Like, hasn't Kirby had a hard time enough? No, apparently not. So, I don't know. I just have to say that Kirby does not deserve that. He's had it rough for a long time, and his courage is, seriously, it's amazing. Especially just for a psychiatrist, for a psychologist. Not like he's been in the field of battle or anything. I don't know. But I just feel like this is totally unfair. But maybe it's all the more reason for Donnie to find a cure to the mutagen. He hasn't had much luck with the pulverizer, as we can see. But who knows? I'm hoping, seriously hoping, that he ends up finding a cure for Kirby. If for no other reason than to get April back. Anyway, speaking of April, as I said, she is no longer on speaking terms with the Turtles. And I'm actually, you know what, I think that was the right choice to make on her part. They are responsible, at least in part, for mutating her dad. They were careless, they got cocky, and this is the end result. She loses her father yet again. Like, the poor girl, seriously. But, you know what, she's not gonna let this get her down. Usually I'd say something like, April, why would you ditch the Turtles that quickly? They are your only hope to saving your dad. But at the same time, though, you know what, after everything that's happened, I won't say that because the Turtles kind of deserve it. But what I will say is that she is gonna be hard-pressed to find any sort of resolution with her dad. I'm not quite sure how that's gonna work out. Maybe, for example, she will end up, this is going to be like I guess you can call it the official prediction of season 2. This is how she'll end up partnering up with Casey. Because, I don't know, I'm not sure how he'll end up fitting into the equation, but he hates mutants. She's trying to figure out a way to solve the problem. I see a team forming up. We'll see. I guess that's for later on in the season. We'll find out. Moving on from April to the villains of the show. I'm not going to spend too much time on the Krang. Even though I expected so much more from them in this episode, because the season is supposed to be all about mutagen, and who's closest to the mutagen, the Krang. Maybe there's more. Maybe. I'm sure there's more to come in the season yet, so it's unfair to kind of like write off the Krang as a major villain this early. Though I just have to say I'm very unimpressed, especially with the gorilla Krang being the new villain. I don't know, when I saw that in the trailer I was like, oh, whoa, is there like a rogue Krang gonna try and gain power? No, it's just new armor with butt cannons. Like, seriously, I'm not really all that impressed by butt cannons. Yeah, I'm more impressed by the Shredder, even though he just sat there for the entire episode, because at least he has something planned in terms of an army. And I'm gonna assume this is way more than just his clan. Like, this is actually something serious that the Turtles are gonna have to face head on at some point. So I'm very, very, very actually excited to see what ends up happening. I'm assuming this is how, I've heard that there's going to be this tiger warrior person that Shredder ends up recruiting, and I cannot imagine that a cat and Dog Pound are going to get along well together, but we'll see. We've gotten quite a few clips of, I guess, he who was once called Timothy, and from what I've seen, my heart actually feels a little bad, because even Donnie's and all like, oh right, Timothy, he's not talking to Timothy as Timothy. He's all like, okay, let's see how the Blob's organs are doing. And then Mikey's all like, tap, 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 and I'm just like, wow, that is very, very demoralizing. This is probably going to be why he ends up going against them, so damn it. And here I was hoping that he would end up redeeming himself one way or another. Shucks. Of course I have a question of the day, and what I was wondering was actually something a little more serious. If you were to mutate any of the any of the characters, the Turtles, Splinter, Shredder, Karai, any of them, who would, how would they transform? What would they end up being if you want to make them like a super villain, as in give them like a superpower along with their mutation? That's cool too. I'm all up for creativity. So you know what, let me know what you guys think. And not only about the question of the day, also about my reviews. Like seriously, you guys know what to do. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys again for episode 2.